Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to show some new data, and it's going to support a point that I've long been making on this channel. XRP community. That would be me, and I'm guessing you if you're listening to this, because indeed this is an XRP-centric channel. We are rather confident in the long-term viability of XRP. We're confident that there will be price appreciation. Now, of course, I don't make price predictions. None of what I'm saying here is financial advice, period. I'm just sharing what I feel, and I'm suspecting again that I think that you're probably on the same page with me. XRP community members are notably more confident in XRP than Bitcoin holders. Take a look at this headline. XRP investors holding on tight as data reveals devotion to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and fiat currency. Oh, just wait till I share the facts on this one with you. I also do want to share with you a scam alert. People have been losing XRP. It's a shame, but I've been tagged in a couple tweets, and I do appreciate it. I'm glad that people are getting the word out there. I want to cover this with you. I feel for those that are getting scammed and losing their XRP, I don't want it to be you, so I'm going to cover what this particular scam is with you. It's active right now as far as I know. And then I'll wrap up the video with this kind of fun article, unrelated to the rest of what I was talking about, but interesting nonetheless. Ex-Congressman and presidential candidate Ron Paul became Bitcoin owner. Now, before we get rocking and rolling here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please, ever so delicately, tap that like button, but don't get all smashy with it. You break it, you buy it. You abuse that like button, it's no longer functional. I'm telling you, I know it's tough love. I know you don't like that. But it's reasonable, and you're going to be stuck with the repair bill should you make it malfunction via aggressiveness. And go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. And, yeah, why not? That's my pitch, pretty much. Just like, do it, please? I don't know. Into the first piece. Let's go here. New data shows most XRP investors are in it for the long haul. I've been saying this forever, and this is not the first of this type of report. I first started seeing reports on this probably, I don't know if it's late 2017, early 2018. This one's more recent, and it is still true. And I got to tell you, before I read any further, the reason that I believe this is the case, the reason that XRP holders are really hanging on to their XRP in a way that's much more notable than any other cryptocurrency and other assets you're about to see. I'm going to show you that too. I think the reason is that if you're like me, and I'm willing to bet you kind of are in some ways, you feel like you came across this. Fine, we're 10 years into the asset class, and XRP's been around since the beginning of 2013, or technically 2012 if you include development, but it was either technically launched late 2012 or early 2013, whatever it was. So, 7 years-ish. Let's just to say that. So it's been out 7 years, and even so, even though it's been around that long, this is such early days, almost no humans know about this, and if you're like me, you probably feel like you stumbled on to something that most people are just unaware of, and if you actually stumbled upon it and then did the research, as most people would not do, and you entered for non-tribal reasons, which really, let's be real, who in the XRP community is tribal? People in the Bitcoin community hold on to their Bitcoin because they have an ideology, down with banks, not all of them, I know I'm kind of making a blanket statement there, and I don't literally mean it applies to all, but down with banks, down with the government, you don't see that in the XRP community. We're just looking at facts like, oh wow, this is a good investment in business entities if they're going to conduct the business models that, this new business model, XRP being used as a bridge currency, XRP has to be held by somebody. It's simple supply and demand, and we see that there's real world adopters, so we hold it, right? You don't have that with anything else. That's why. Smart people are in the space. It's not just a bunch of idiot kids running around saying, down with banks, down with government, let's use this new Bitcoin money. That's not what's happening here. So anyway, according to a sentiment analysis from Daily FX IG, more than 96% of XRP traders are long. 96%. That's the highest number on the list above every other crypto asset and fiat currency measured by the financial outlet. Ethereum comes in at number 2, Litecoin at number 3, and Bitcoin, the king coin, right, comes in at number 5. How about that? And look at this quote, IG client sentiment update. Actually, I'll just pull up the tweet. I had this prepared. Here's the actual tweet from Daily FX Team Live. And this is a newer one, so it's from November 1st, so just yesterday, right? IG client sentiment update. Our data shows the vast majority of traders in Ripple, they mean XRP, but they're not explicitly in crypto, and they literally may not know that Ripple and XRP are not the same thing. I don't really cut as much slack for people in the world of crypto media. But anyway, if they're explicitly in crypto media. Our data shows that the vast majority of traders in Ripple are long at 96.84%. That means just over 3% are short. Can you imagine? This is amazing. While traders in France 40 are at opposite extremes with 85.12%. See the summary chart below and full details and charts. And I must admit, I don't know what France 40 is. I meant to research that before recording, and now I regret that I have not, and I can't tell you what it is. But I'm curious, so once I finish recording, I'm going to have to Google it for myself. But I'm sorry, I just don't know. You can Google it too. The interwebs work all over the place. You can do it. So let me hop into that might have been, maybe it was a tail end. Yeah, that was a tail end of the article, actually. It was a really short one here. But very fascinating nonetheless. I think it's really very telling here. Now, here is the next tweet, and this comes from Henry Holdings, who tagged me along with Brad Garlinghouse, David Schwartz, and some XRP, a couple XRP community members, specifically XRP YouTubers, The Bearable Bull, Kevin Cage, and Digital Asset Investor. And I actually saw this thing in my feed late yesterday. I was finished making videos, and I looked at it. This one doesn't have a link, but take a look at this. Here, let me just read the tweet first, and I'll tell you what I did. This is from Henry Holdings. I'm out of the space. I just lost all my XRP. Lost all 4,000 XRP. Scam alert, fake Ripple account. I'm so upset. I thought this was Ripple. And then Crypto Knight here also tagged me along with some others here and wrote, guys, please take the time to warn people for like 5 seconds in your video about fraudsters and scams that are going on. Apparently people are easily fooled by these. And so I thank you both of you sincerely for tagging me in this, and I hope that this helps somebody. I really hope this helps prevent any further losses here. So I'm certainly happy to highlight this, and I do feel for you. I don't think that people are stupid for falling for stuff like this necessarily. I think that people, like intelligent people, can get scammed, and it sucks because as my grandpappy used to say, people are no damn good. And here's further proof of that. Maybe he was onto something there. I don't know. I have a sunny disposition by nature, but I'm just saying. Grandpappy says people are no damn good. So here's the thing. I did see this late yesterday, and I clicked on this one. Didn't have a link, so I'm not actually sure I'd even get back to it. But you click on this thing. Here's a screen capture of it. And so you go to the YouTube page, and there's this in the corner of the screen. There's Brad Garlinghouse talking. There's an interview. I believe it was the Economic Club of New York. And so I clicked on it, and then it was the middle of the interview. And of course, I had already heard this, and I reported on this in previous videos. And then I sat there, and it just auto-playing, because it was a stream. It was a live stream, mind you, so it was just like looping. And jumped in, and I was listening to it, and I started listening to it, and then I got engaged with it, and then like a few minutes later, I was like, oh yeah, I'm listening to a scam channel. And I was like, oh crap, I felt a little silly. But I was sitting there enjoying a scam channel. It's just, and then the name of the YouTube channel was Ripple, and they had 17, actually you can see it here, look at this, 1,700 subscribers. That's fascinating. I don't know if they're fake or how they got to that. But here you go, and then they have an official promo address, and they encourage you to send in, I don't have the specifics on the screen here, and it wasn't cited in these tweets, but depending on the amount of XRP you sent in, the scam would lead you to believe you get X amount back. And it's completely outrageous that it was. I hope this is down by now. I don't know for sure because I actually legitimately don't know how to get back to this. So again, I completely feel for you guys, and thank you to everybody that has tagged me in this. These are just the two. There are actually more people that tagged me. There's just a couple of the ones I wanted to give a shout out to here. There's really too many lists. So the XRP community has done a great job getting the word out. And this freaking sucks. But I enjoyed the scam channel interview, but not because it's a scam channel. It was a good interview. Silver lining, maybe? I don't know. No, maybe not. I don't know. All right, next here. Actually, I did want to shout out to XRP Poppy, who same thing here. People are still getting scammed. This is on YouTube Live right now. And so there you go. So I did want to give those 3 shout-outs for a moment. I forgot I had 3 pulled up here. My apologies. I mapped out the video a few hours ago. I just forgot. Anyway, next here. So the last piece for this video, I actually already had this mapped out. It's this one I cited. Ex-Congressman and presidential candidate Ron Paul became Bitcoin owner. And then right before I went to record, I just hopped on Twitter, and the first thing to pop up in my feed was this from Stone Hodl XRP. Tagged me along with some my fellow XRP YouTubers here. And so he tagged the Cointelegraph article. I'm going to use a different website just because I had already mapped this out and read through it. But it's the same topic. But I still wanted to give a shout out. Thank you very much, Stone Hodl, for send this out. And so, again, I mentioned this the other day, he likes his name, let me know, he likes his name pronounced Stone Hodl instead of Hodl. It looks like Hodl to me, it always has, but whatever. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, you say it how you want. And if you don't say it like me, that means you're wrong, and change your ways. But but he told me, and I get it now. So it's supposed to be, I'm sorry, there's a play on Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Hodl. Get it? Stone Hodl? That's what it is. He let me know. So I'm just mentioning. So anyway, let's hop into this piece. There is one more Bitcoin owner in the world. The former U.S. Congressman and presidential candidate Ron Paul has joined the crypto enthusiasts. On his Twitter account, Bobby Lee, who serves on Bitcoin Foundation's board of directors, published a photo of himself presenting his first Bitcoin to the former U.S. Congressman and presidential candidate Ron Paul. And there it is right there. There's the tweet indeed. You can see some pictures. If you're driving, feel free to take a... no, I said that backwards. If you're driving, don't take a look. If you're not driving, take a look. If you are driving, you keep your hands on the wheel at 10 and 2. Motorist, be responsible out there. Don't become crashed into like a wall or an animal like a fish. You don't want to do that. Let's scroll down a little bit further. At the 2019 Litecoin Summit, Bobby Lee's startup revealed a gold-plated physical Bitcoin wallet called Real. Not only does this wallet allow for individuals to load Bitcoins onto it, but that it is also designed for cold storage of cryptocurrencies. Charlie Lee was present at the meeting with Paul. The tweet says that the wallet is customized specifically for the former U.S. Congressman. Here's a quote. It was a special serial number, and then they give a serial number, to match his birthday. And he loves the gold color. Paul has been featured increasingly in the crypto industry. As a rule, his position boils down to criticism of the Fed. Recently, Paul said that the Fed should not think about creating its own cryptocurrency because they will fail. Now the U.S. Congressman has even more reasons to uphold Bitcoin in society. It will be interesting to see what occurs down the road. So, anytime a notable public figure is endorsing a crypto of any kind, because I'm not a maximalist. If he's going to endorse Bitcoin in any capacity whatsoever, hey, to me it's cool. Get the word out there. I want people to enter the asset class, because the way I look at it, the more people that enter the asset class, even if it's initially because of word of mouth, because of Bitcoin, there will be a certain percentage that research, and I fall into this category because I entered because there was the word about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I saw a negative article about Ethereum. That's what finally pushed me into it, and then I started purchasing and researching. But a certain percentage of people that jump in will research, will find out about XRP, find out there's utility, and that's going to help with the adoption, increase liquidity. And now is a hell of a time to jump in, I think, and it's certainly not financial advice, no financial background here. But to me, it's just an amazing time. I'm just telling you, if you could fast forward 10 years, I do believe that the crypto asset class is going to outpace the S&P 500, but we'll see. That's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!